they want to record, so we're pausing. But once again, I do want to thank everyone for coming out and spending your night with us, with all of us here. Thank you so much. You could be in the bed, you could be watching the trial that's going on TV. You just be relaxing, but you came out, and I really appreciate that. Thank you. Next, we're going to have Ms. Golden and Mr. Zulu present what they came to speak with everyone about. They're with the Transamerica, and they can fill you in with more information. You can text me. So we have Ms. Golden here. She will give you the information about Transamerica. Also, Mr. Zulu is their business partner.
Hello everyone, I'm Shirley Golden, and I'm out here in this area. I am just really pleased to be able to speak with you all. And Amber and I met each other at a Challenger out in at the AV, and so that's where I first met Amber. But I was so concerned, I was very taken, I was very touched that she would have me come and speak with you guys again. And I thought, well, you know what? I'd like to make sure that every question that you might possibly have be answered. And so I invited my associate senior marketing director, Mr. Itabari Zulu. And a little bit about myself. I've been with the business 5 years, and I didn't come from this business. I came from doing speech and language, but my heart and love for people, it brought me here. So I was always concerned about what I could do, and I wanted to have a business of my own. I didn't know how, I didn't know what kind of money I would need, but nevertheless, long story short, I founded this business, and I've been very happy with it. But with Mr. Itabari Zulu, he has been with the company for about 10 years, and he's been in business with his wife as well. But the thing about Itabari is that he brings such a wealth of information, number one. And then number two is that he's a six-figure earner, as well as able to be in business with his wife. And he's a father of 3 children. So he's one that I respect, and is one that I trust. So with all else, no other to do, I'd really love for you guys to be able to hear this. Please help me welcome him.
It's a pleasure to be here with you guys. I was finding out a little bit of information about the organization and the group, some interesting things. I found out this gentleman on the corner has a lot of tricks up under his sleeve, right? And but today, I kind of want to leave it a little bit open for you guys. I know where there's ribs and stuff too, so there's a time frame on things, right? But let me ask you this before I get started: how many of you guys have actually sat down with someone in the financial realm before? You had like a conversation or something like that? Okay. What was some of your experiences that you had? Like, how was it? What do you remember, or what stood out to you?
Mine was pleasant. Actually, I can remember sitting with Ms. Golden.
Okay.
And it's pleasant. There's always a wealth of knowledge. And I always recommend people to share their knowledge because it helps you grow. And the things that you all have, it helps with improving financial status, securing your financial status. It was actually
no.
Okay, good. Well, it better be good sitting here. I was horrible. It's like, who was it? Her right there. Okay. Awesome. How about yourself?
Yes, it was with me. I agree. How you come up with what the best is, what your parameters, what are you basing it on, how you feel about it. At the end of the day, functionality is what drives the long-term. That's why I am.
Okay. So when you sat down with the person, did they kind of give you some insight on that, or was it that was what it made you was the biggest thing that stood out to you about that?
More or less, kind of dynamic how Forex market runs.
Okay. The day trading.
Right. Stuff like that. So that's fine.
Okay. Good. All right. Anybody else? So you had some exposure? Well, somebody else had their hand up.
John, you had your hand up. Well, he's asking if you had any comments. Oh, okay. He doesn't want to say anything.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Okay. All right. Well, it's always good to have, we hope people have great experiences or whatnot, but it is one area that we focus on people being a little more educated, okay? Because I don't know if any of you guys felt that you got out of high school with the world-class financial education. By a show of hands, anybody? No? Okay. You must have went to public school like I did, yeah. California, if you went to school in California, there's only 4 states in all of the U.S. that have a mandatory financial course, and California is definitely not one of them. So, but when you got out of high school, you probably learned what the square root of pi was, right? How many times did you use that one since you've been out of school? Most people never did. But did they teach you how interest rates work, how debt works, how mortgages work, how credit works, how to invest, like how he's talking about, all these different things? Generally, no, but where are you supposed to find out? Right? Most people never do. So our objective is to bridge the gap from where people are to where they want to be financially. And today I'm just going to kind of like summarize a few things. And if there's some topics that you guys want to talk about, then I'll answer to the best of my knowledge for you guys here today. We're a full-service broker-dealer, right? So we brokerage out to the industry. So we're like the Amazon of financial services. So I can care less what company it is. It's just whoever got the best stuff at the time, right? Myself, I'm a broker here with the firm, and I got multiple locations, and I train other agents. And we've been expanding pretty rapidly. I have the main location out here in Valencia, Antelope Valley, the Palmdale, Lancaster area, Los Angeles, Texas, Alaska, and a few satellite places. And when I got started, to tell you a little bit of my story, when I got started here with our firm, it was out in Agoura Hills. I don't know if you guys know where Agoura Hills is. And I was living in Palmdale. So I had never heard of Agoura Hills at that time, but I had parents who were in education, and they told me to go to school, get a good education, so that way you can get a good job, right? And I ended up following suit, and I thought all the money was going to come running, but the only thing that came running, student loans. Right? I don't know if anybody relates to that. So first real job I had was Rite Aid Distribution Center. It was like a warehouse type gig. I don't know if anybody's ever done any labor type stuff before. It was a great experience because I knew I'd never do nothing like that ever again in my life, right? I felt like I was done by the minute. And then I got into the corporate scene. Started working for a company, PC Computers, building and selling computers and all that. And it was kind of a retail situation. Anyone ever worked in retail?
yes.
Okay. Right? So at the end of the month, you got to do inventory. Right, and I remember sitting there until like 2 o'clock in the morning, trying to make the count right or whatnot. And I thought, man, I'm on the wrong side of the ballpark. Right, I was one of the higher paid people there, and I was only making like $100 or so a day. And some days we made $20,000, $30,000 for that location. So I used to think, okay, they're sitting on the golf course making 20 grand in a day. I'm sitting here sweating and slaving, and I'm making $100. Something's not right. I didn't major in math, but those numbers didn't add up to me. So I knew I realized I needed to start working smarter versus just harder, right? And then when the opportunity came to me here, I seen that as that. I'd be lying to you to tell you that I knew it was going to turn out to all that what it was. When I got started right here with our firm, it was still legal to be on the cell phone when you're driving and stuff like that, so it was a little while ago. So that's kind of how I kind of came here. My whole family works with me. I was told you're supposed to have faith first, family second, business third, in that kind of order. So that's the dynamic that we got going on. You know, we try to service and help anyone that we possibly can, okay? Most of the industry is focused on the wealthy and affluent. You know, if you've got a couple $1 million, everybody wants to be your best friend, and everybody's got ideas for you. If you don't, a lot of times they don't have any interest in dealing with you. So like how you were talking about doing some of the trading and all that, right? Most firms, it's $500,000, some of them $1 million, some of them $2 million, right? That you have to have someone sit there and manage your accounts, right? And the closest people get to that is their like 401ks or something like that, right? Which most people don't have a clue how that works, right? So we try to introduce different concepts and give people the whole picture so that way you can make educated decisions for yourself. So there's about 5 basic areas that we focus on. Number 1, if someone's in debt, our job is to help them get out of debt. Okay, so there's debt solutions. There's aggressive ways of going about that, there's passive ways of going about that, attacking that. But you know, you ever heard someone say, oh, there's good debt and there's bad debt, right? Well, guess what? It's all debt at the end of the day. That supposed good debt is one missed payment away from being horrible debt, right? So we teach and preach being debt-free and financially independent, okay? The second is making sure people understand the principles of saving. It doesn't matter how much money you make if you don't keep anything, okay? I have a buddy that, right, you know, Dennis, he sold a practice, did some other stuff, single guy, in his early 30s, didn't own a home, made $2 million gross. A year and a half later, he's having a hard time saving $500 a month. They lived in Beverly Hills, got the car, got the other stuff, you know, whatever. Living on the outside, it looks nice. Okay? So it didn't matter how much money you made. Does that make sense? It's how much you keep at the end of the day. Because if you make $1 million, but you still spend $1.5 million, you're still broke. Alright? You just broke and pretty, that's all. Right? So, and now, the third is making sure people are earning a higher rate of return on your money. It costs you money for your money to not make money. Right? Most people take their money, what's the number 1 spot that most people take their money to? The bank. I mean, guys, when's the last time you went to the bank and they said, oh, you know what, sir, man, you want to just make sure that you get to all your goals and dreams and you're taking care of your family. Anybody have that happen? It's not the case, right? But that's the number 1 place that most people take their money. But what does the bank do? Did they say, oh, you know what, sir, man, we're going to put your money in a little box, lock it away in the safe, and wait for you to come back for it? No. They do what with your money?
Invest it.
They make money with your money. Right? How many times out of 10? Probably 11, right? Okay? So, if let's say I'm in the bank. She puts her money in the bank, she puts her money in the bank, you put the money in the bank, you put your money in the bank. So, you need some money. So now I'm going to loan you back their money and your money at an interest rate, and then I'm going to take all you guys' money and then go make some money with it. That sound familiar?
Yeah.
Right?
Get the ranch and barbecue sauce in there. Mix.
There you go. And then we have the hot chicken. Hot chicken over here.
Turn this off.
Mac and cheese, ready?
You gotta dig in, dig in.
Yeah.